Hello my friends, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, January 17th, 2023. This is Jennifer. I want to start off by just saying thank you to everyone for the enormous amount of support and messages and emails I have received in the last week. You guys have been so generous with your hearts and your thoughts, and it means the world to me. I am going to move forward from last week's video and regain my composure in my life. I'm doing okay. I just want you guys to know that I'm okay. I've had just from so many people an enormous amount of response, and I want to give a special shout out to Claudia, who has sent me a video, not to be posted on YouTube, just basically a Talk to Me Tuesday, but that will never see the light of day except for my eyes. And I thank you very much for that, Claudia. I have another special thank you to go out to our own Amber, HB5 Freak, who you can watch on Talk to Me Tuesday on our WordPress website. That link is always in the description. She sent me a box of goodies, and those goodies included the following couple of things. She sent me this precious cushion that is all paw prints. Cushions are very valuable right now because I'm doing a lot of elevating and putting my foot up, so this is a really nice little extra. I have several cushions made by Amber over the years, and this one is lovely, and it's even better because I have other cushion covers she made me that don't currently have a cushion, so I'll be able to swap those out when I wash this one. She also gifted me with one of her beautiful, one-of-a-kind crocheted Afghans that she makes, that she designed herself. I'm over the moon. I looked at this when I was visiting her in Peoria, wearing my Peoria shirt today, and she sent it to me, and I love it. And Amber, thank you so much. This will be cherished, absolutely cherished. So it's very nice to be able to share some of the goodies and, well, good wishes and thoughts that I've received. And guys, that is just a tiny sampling. I've received so many dozens of messages, so I just want to thank you all. If you've reached out and I haven't replied, it's just because I've been a little bit overwhelmed by all of the messages that I've received, but I promise I will reply. I have been working on some stuff. It's been extremely good for my heart, for my soul, and I am happy to get to share that with you guys. I did do some reassessment of what I want to do for me for this year. I looked at my own projects and things that I have kind of neglected and put off. You guys, I was 80% done with my Star Trek quilt in 2019 when our Sarah ended up needing to stay with us, and we were helping her for a while there, and then 2020 happened, and I don't need to explain that, and I never finished that Star Trek quilt. So that is on my list to finish this year. I pulled out a couple things that I had started or I had made great progress on, and just I'm gonna finish some of my own stuff. So with that in mind, I present to you my next to oldest UFO. It's not my oldest UFO, but it's my next to oldest UFO. In 2012, Fandom and Stitches hosted its first quilt along that was post Project of Doom. Project of Doom was hosted on Harry Potter paper piecing on LiveJournal, and then we sort of transitioned over to Fandom and Stitches, and I was hosting at both places because Fandom and Stitches came into existence because of the Project of Doom, because it was overloading my website and shutting my website down. So that's how Fandom and Stitches started. But our first quilt along was called There and Back Again. It was a Tabba Bomb, There and Back Again block of the month. We only shared one block per month. It wasn't one every week like we tend to do now. It was a collaboration. It was the first quilt along collaboration I did on Fandom and Stitches, and I made my quilt top and I got it basted, and I started to quilt it probably 8 or 9 years ago, and it's upside down. So what I did was, now this is before I had a mid-arm, so I basted it and I did straight line stitching on all of the sashing. So all of the sashing is quilted. And then I was going to quilt inside the blocks, and I started doing them. I did 3 or 4, and I realized I was having a major tension issue with my machine that I was quilting on at the time. It was pre mid-arm. So I put it aside because I knew I was going to have to pick all of those stitches out, and some of them were really small. The bobbin was looping, but the stitch length was also varying. So some places it was really tight, and some places it was not, and it was incredibly hard to get out. Well, guys, last week I picked it all out. So I had plenty of time to sit. So you can still see the shadows of where this was meandered around. I picked it all out. It was this block, Gandalf head quilting. He's sideways. I thought I had it right side up. Whatever. I had quilted around the Lonely Mountain. Gandalf, the grass around Gandalf head quilting. There was a little in here, so I had done color, so there was green quilted. Picked it all out. It took me maybe 3 hours. This has been sitting for years because I needed to pick those stitches out. So picked them out, got that taken care of. You can kind of see on the back, it is quilted around all the blocks. I have no idea what's coming next, but this is going to be quilted and finished this year. It just needs to be. I wanted to share a Hobbit related thing since I was showing you my Hobbit quilt. This is one of the things my husband gave me for Christmas. It's a tiny copy of The Hobbit, and it actually has some pages of The Hobbit inside. I love this so much. For anyone who doesn't know, for years I've collected covers of The Hobbit. I have probably 20 different versions of this book that I have collected literally at this point all over the country and in places in the UK and Scotland as well. And just, this means a lot to me. It is not like anything I have, and he said it was so I could always have a copy of The Hobbit with me. If you saw my short video I did last week, I did actually work in the sewing room a little bit. I have 2 stools, and right now I'm sitting on the one I sew on, and then my leg is elevated on the one that usually sits in front of my embroidery machine. So I've been rolling around my sewing room a little bit, getting a few things done. I put a few things away. I went through my UFOs, and I made a decal for my Cricut, which I can't really show you because it's over there, and it's too inconvenient for me to pull it all the way around, but I will show you a picture so you're looking at that now. And I wanted that in case I did videos, like short videos or whatever, my name is always going to be on my Cricut, because I see a lot of videos where people do a video of their Cricut, they do a reel or short or whatever, and I have no idea where it came from because someone's reposted it. So I wanted to make sure my name was on there in case, I mean, I don't expect to do any tutorials or anything, but I do like posting videos, so I just want my name to be on my Cricut. I might actually do something similar on my sewing machine pretty soon. You guys remember the lamps I did for Christmas, and my son actually did a bunch for Christmas as well. Well, I had one left over, and I decided to do one for me, and you can see it right here. I made myself a Talk to Me Tuesday lamp. My plan is to put it on a little shelf on the wall, so if I'm sitting on this side of the room, it'll be behind me when I record. I have a little shelf somewhere in this room that is the perfect size. I don't know where I put it, so I have to find it, and because I can't really stand up and dig through stuff, I'll find it. It's around here somewhere. I don't know, but I'll find it, and then it'll sit back here somewhere. I did put my signatures from Houston. I just kind of pinned them to the wall because I do want to stretch that on a frame. I don't have a frame yet, so I went ahead and pinned it to the wall. It may just stay there. I don't know. We'll see. But it's nice to see my friends' names from Houston from our trip to the quilt festival last year. I did bring my crochet upstairs, but guys, I haven't actually. This is a corner to corner. Haven't actually done that much, so it's not that exciting. The reason I haven't done that much crochet is I did start crocheting, but then the other thing my husband gave me for Christmas, well, he gave me several things, but the big thing my husband gave me for Christmas was a photo scanner. It's like a fast photo scanner that you can do like a stack of pictures at one time. Epson Fast Photo. I think it's Epson Fast Photo. So my son has been helping me, and we have been pulling all of our photos out of just decades of photo albums. I have photo albums up until I really started using a digital camera full time. And then all of those pictures are backed up to an external hard drive, and then they're also backed up to Google Photos. So I'm doing the same thing now, but with photos that were originally 35mm photos. Some of them were disc camera photos, and some of them were disposable camera photos. So there is a wide variety of quality, but what we're doing is I'm cleaning out all those photo albums, and then we are archiving the pictures. And this is how we're doing it. This is an Iris box. Iris is the same box that I use to keep, or the same brand of box that I use to keep my 2.5-inch strips in, because they have the perfect size box for that. Basically, each one of these holds about 100 pictures, and as we scan them, we're putting them in by date. And I have a lot of pictures, guys. This holds about 1,600 pictures. I've almost filled 3 of these. So I think we have enough for about 1 more box, and we're getting to the weird pictures that are like before I started. Well, before I was an adult, I just threw pictures in albums. Once I had kids, literally my albums they started the year my husband and I got married, and they were in order. Past me, I appreciate you so much for doing that. That has made this so much easier because these photos are all in order to start with. By far the most tedious part is taking them out of the albums, and then the scanning has been very easy, and because my son has been helping me, it's going like really fast. Like I can sit and do it by myself. It's kind of boring to sit and do it by myself. So he's just as chatty as I am, so we just sit and chat and scan photos. So that has been my big project for the last week. It's something I wanted to do for probably 5 or more years, and I've talked about it a lot. I've said, God, I really want to archive those photos. I really want to digitize those photos. And finally my husband was like, let's just get it done. And so he bought me a really nice photo scanner, and I've been doing that. And then when I'm done, my daughter's going to digitize some of hers. And I think it's been great. It's been really nice. And it's like going fast forward through my adult life, because we started when my husband and I got married, which we were in our early 20s, and they've just fast forwarded. And right now I'm at the point where both of my kids are in elementary school, and it's just super weird. So it's been fun to do. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to. I wanted you guys to know I'm doing okay. I know this is probably a really long one, just looking at how long I've been talking, but I wanted you to know that I had some good things to share this week. I had some fun things to share, and that I am taking care of myself, and that I continue to improve physically with my foot. I am about 2.5, 2 3/4 weeks out from surgery. I have another checkup on Thursday. I told you guys last week I was having an x-ray last week. It's actually this week. So everything looked good last week. I got a nice foot bath and everything was rewrapped. And then I go back Thursday for x-rays, and I'll let you guys know how that goes. So yeah, thank you everyone for posting your video. Thank you for all of your messages. I love you guys. Your support is it's invaluable, and I appreciate it so much. I will see you guys next week. Bye.